Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our latest healthy cooking video. And today we're going to make a chicken stir-fry dinner in the wok, which is the way we haven't cooked yet for you on Mayhem Fitness. And what we're going to do is we're going to make our own stir-fry sauce. So we're going to have some chicken cutlets, we're going to have some stir-fry vegetables. We've got peppers, onions, carrots, cauliflower, and broccoli. And then we're going to actually make it and serve it over a cauliflower rice. The first thing I'm going to show you how to do is to make our sauce. So we're going to start with about 1/4 cup of low sodium soy sauce. We're going to add that here. We're going to add about half as much of that as rice vinegar. So we want to go in and add that here. Again, that'll give us a nice little kick. We're going to add in about the same amount of orange juice in here. Now we're using a low acid orange juice. This is pretty good. It does a nice job. It's not too acidic. It doesn't. If you struggle with orange juice, the low acid does a nice job. We're gonna add a teaspoon of garlic, and then we're gonna add in a nice, generous squirt of honey in here. It's gonna give us a little bit of sweetness. So we're not gonna add a ton, but just a little bit. So that should be pretty good here. Once you get the ingredients together, you just want to whisk that all together. What you'll see in here is once we get it going, that garlic will give it a little bit of depth. You can add cornstarch in here if you want to thicken this up. When I do a stir fry, I want it to coat everything, so I don't use it too thick, but if you find it's too thin once you've created it, you can add a little cornstarch, but I feel pretty good about this. It's pretty easy. So if you haven't cooked like this before, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take out the chicken. I'm going to cut it up into pieces. What you do is you cook the chicken first in the wok, and then you're going to set it aside. The vegetables are going to take a little longer. What I do is we have a non-stick wok, but I like to use a little bit of the canola cooking spray to keep everything from sticking. So I'm going to cut the chicken up. I'll get it in the wok. We'll come back over in a second and show you how that looks in there. Then we'll get the veggies going. We'll get our rice going. We'll show you everything. This whole thing will take about 25 minutes to cook. And when we're all said and done, you've got about a 6-point dinner on the green plan, only about a 3-point dinner on the blue plan. And that really comes from the sauce. Everything else in here on the blue plan is 0 points. And on the green plan, you're just using 4 or 5 points for the chicken itself. And again, just a couple of points for the sauce. So really low point healthy dinner. We'll show you how it comes together, and we'll show you how to cook in a wok if you haven't done it before. Okay, so we have our wok heated up. We're gonna add just a little bit of the cooking spray in here, and then the chicken will cook pretty quickly in the wok. It's only gonna take 2 to 3 minutes to get this chicken. You wanna cut up into kind of smaller strips. Nothing, you don't want to go too small. I find sometimes a stir fry that people like to go too small when they cook. I prefer to get a little bit of size on here. So you'll see you put it right in. These will cook up quick, and then when they're done, what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull this out, set them aside, and get the vegetables. Now we're gonna start with the carrots, the cauliflower, and the broccoli because they'll take a couple minutes longer to cook. And then we'll actually go back in and we'll throw in the peppers and onions, then throw our sauce in and finish everything off. Everything comes back into the pan together at the end to finish off. If you haven't cooked with a wok, what's nice is it cooks nice and even. The one thing you'll find if you haven't done it before, though, is it does cook hotter in the middle. So you'll find you want to rotate your chicken or any type of food that you're cooking in here. I love cooking in the wok. If you haven't done it, I know a lot of us are Weight Watchers love eggs on the weekend especially. I made scrambled eggs in the wok yesterday, and it came out great. It's really nice to make easy, fluffy eggs because you control the temperature. You have a little bit of a cooler temperature on the outside with a warmer temperature in the middle. So if you don't have one, I would suggest getting a wok. It's really a great cooking utensil, especially as you're trying to cook healthier. And you'll find is what we'll do is we'll cook the cauliflower rice a little bit ahead of time, and then that'll go in here as well, and we'll finish it kind of all off together. So we'll come back and show you in just a couple minutes once the chicken is done. We'll get our veggies going, and we'll show you how we cook that. Alright, after we pull the chicken out, I just use a damp rag here to kind of wipe it down before I go in and put the veggies in here. So we're going to throw in our vegetables. So hold on one second, I'll show you that. So like I said, when you do this, you want to cook the broccoli, the carrots, and the cauliflower longer. They take a little longer to cook. So you want to get those in there. You're going to figure this is going to take probably about 10 minutes. Now, I use a cooking spray for the chicken. When I do this, I use a little bit of canola oil just to get a little bit of that cooked done quicker. Again, if you're using a tablespoon, you're going to only need to add maybe a half a point to a point into your total dinner, but it definitely helps cook the food and give it a little bit more texture, a little nicer flavor. So I'll come back in a minute. we'll throw the peppers and onions in and we'll show you what that looks like. But you can see we've got good heat in here. These are going to take a little time to cook. Now, again, I prefer to cook fresh. I don't like to cook with the frozen vegetables. I think these cook a little nicer and they tend to get a little better flavor. So again, we'll give it a few minutes. We'll come back and show you what that looks like. All right, now that we've cooked our veggies way down, we're going to add our peppers and onions here. Again, these will take a lot less time to cook. So when we add these in, these will cook up in probably 2 to 3 minutes, maybe 4 on the outside. So when you're done adding your peppers and onions, again, into your stir fry, what you want to do is you want to come back in and then you're going to add that chicken back in, right? So we'll add the chicken in, then we'll add our sauce that we made for that. Now everything cooked up really, really nice for us. So I'll come back in a couple minutes to show you what that looks like. The onions will cook down nice, the peppers will get nice and soft, and we'll add everything together. We've got our cauliflower rice cooking up right now, so we should be ready in the next couple minutes. So you can see we got all of our veggies cooking up nice. So what happens is our onions will start to get translucent, you'll get a little color on them. The peppers will start to wilt a little bit. You can see our broccoli's cooked up nice. Our carrots are always going to be a little al dente when you cook them stir fry, but everything else is cooked up really nice. We got our chicken here. We're going to add our chicken back in to warm it back up. And then we're going to add our sauce. And again, we're just going to drizzle this right over the top here. This will all mix in together. You'll get that little sizzle if you like. This will give us some great flavors together. Now, again, if you take a look in here, beautiful colors. It's really vibrant. We've got the greens, the oranges. We got the nice chicken. Again, just a really nice, healthy meal. We've got the cauliflower rice. Once you've gotten to this point, now we're just kind of heating the chicken back up a little bit again, letting that sauce incorporate it into everything, and just finalize and cooking everything. So in just a second, I'm going to come back in, and I'll show you, we'll put the rice down, the cauliflower rice. We'll try it out. All right, so we put our cauliflower rice down. We're going to plate this up. So the goal is obviously we want to get a little bit of everything. So you see we got all of our nice mixed veggies in here. You want to grab some good chicken, a little bit of that sauce on the bottom. So again, I'm going to taste this in just 1 second, tell you how everything came out. I'm really happy with the consistency of everything. It looks exactly how I wanted it. Now this will make a good, solid 4 or 5 servings. Once you get to the bottom, you want to grab a little bit of that sauce, put it over the top for the cauliflower rice. So again, this is one good healthy serving here. I'm going to come over here and try it and tell you how the flavor is. So let me just grab a fork here. So a couple things. I want to try the veggies, see how they came out. So we got a little bit of broccoli here. That sauce is really nice. You get a little bit of the garlicky flavor in there, a little bit of the kick in the back. The veggies are cooked well. Even the carrots aren't too bad. They're not too tough, which is nice. Get the cauliflower rice there. Let's try the chicken here a little bit. Cooked through well. As you get here, you can always add a little more seasoning, maybe a little salt and pepper. But again, a nice healthy meal. This plate right here for what we have with that, big serving of cauliflower rice, a nice big serving of the stir fry. Again, 5 to 6, maybe 7 points max for everything. So again, we're able to give you a nice healthy option. Another way to cook using your wok. Easy weeknight meal, stir-fried chicken. Hope you enjoyed it. Like we always say on Mayhem Fitness, please check out our new videos. We have new videos coming all the time. Please hit that like and subscribe button, hit that notification bell. We want to make sure we give you some great options in the new year to eat healthy. Thank you for checking us out. Have an amazing night.